baby, how you lie. All I need is my brother. I say I'm gonna get high.
Well, it was my agent, really, who talked me into taking the job. He said it'd be a great add to my reel and resume. And hey, the title sounded cool. Easter Massacre. Yeah. I thought it was clever the first time I heard it too. But hey, it was a leading role in a feature film. So I figured, why not play the axe-wielding psychopath in a bunny suit? I mean, if nothing else, it would be 2 months in an off-season summer camp with a bunch of half-dressed women and a lot of drugs. And let me tell you, that was a fun shoot. Well, I just finished playing Hamlet in New York City, which I loved. Fuck, man, that was hard work. And it showed. Got a Tony nomination for that. Did you know that? Nah, not a lot of people know that. I mean, I was 27 and nominated for this award and off to shoot this flick. I had the world by the balls. You know, I figured I'd shoot Easter Massacre, and then I'd be back in New York City, hitting the streets, looking for the next job. Just so happened, the next job was Easter Massacre 2. Well, the first one had become the highest grossing independent horror film to be released that year. So, of course, they wanted a part 2, and they wanted me back, and they wanted to pay me more to come back. I mean, it just would have been stupid to have turned it down. Besides, you know, New York would still be there, and when I got back, I'd have a few film roles under my belt. It just upped my marquee value. Well, in part 2, it did even better than part 1. And by the time that the studio had the box office reports from part 2, the VHS sales from part 1 were starting to come in. Take a wild guess at how that did in the home video market. I mean, by the time that all that green dust had settled, I'd signed on the dotted line for a 5-picture deal to keep wearing that bunny suit. Goddamn bunny suit. I mean, it was great. You know, I just got married and well, I had my first kid on the way, and I was living the life of a film actor. Besides, I hadn't even stepped foot on a live stage in over 5 years, and all the money, family, and shit, it was nice just to have people know my name for once. I mean, New York can always be there, right? Huh? No, I wasn't going to do part 8 originally. Part 8. Shit, I did 8 of these fucking movies. You know, you don't really realize it until you say it out loud. But I did end up doing it. Well, they paid me a massive amount to do it, and you know, they offered me to let me write and direct it as well, which I'd never done before. And it showed. God, it showed. People hated, I mean hated part 8. You know, I'm sorry, but I thought maybe a little motivation for the killer might be nice and interesting for once. You know, let the viewer understand just why it is that Alvin did what he did. But no, fuck that. Because all they want is more and more and more and more of the same blood and guts and tits and stab-a-thons of the last ones. All the while, still bitching and fucking moaning that all these little horror movies do is repeat themselves over and over again. Like we have no original ideas in our heads. Yeah, well, I gave you something different, and you just didn't want it. You know, the real madness in horror flicks is what happens behind the camera, not what we put in front of it. But yeah, part 8. Easter Massacre 8. Hop your way to hell. I can't even lay claim to that. I had Easter Massacre 8, The Eyes Behind. Didn't even know they changed it until I saw the trailer. Yep, that's the one that put the final nail in the coffin, so to speak. Well, it was the first time since taking the role that I'd been called the next day to offer me another one. I mean, not that I wanted to do another one, but that's besides the point. You know, at the end of the day, I helped make that studio what it is. Well, sure, they paid me and put a roof over our heads, kept us fed, put my kids through school, allowed me to be somebody, be an actor. even if it was in that goddamn bunny suit. But you know, they gave me so much, but they took just as much as well. You know, I can't even go to an audition now without them asking me all about the franchise and what's happening with it. And when will we get a part 9? Oh, and who would win in a fight between you and Stitchface? I mean, questions that I don't even know or would want to know the answers to that shit. Oh, you want to know something funny? Had an audition for the stage last week. Hamlet of all things. Yeah. I was reading for the role of Claudius. You know, he's the bad guy, okay? And it's going great. Well, I think it's going well. But before I can finish, this prick from behind the desk stops me and says, "Oh my God, you played Alvin Hobbs." And then he proceeds to ask me all about the series and all about the role and every other question that every other fan has ever asked me. You know, and I smile and I answer him. I mean, this is my claim to fame, right? But you know, all the while that I'm, entertaining them, I just keep thinking to myself, nope, because all they're ever going to see is that goddamn bunny suit. Oh, and you want a little scoop? A little bit of insider trading? You're not getting a part 9. No, they have decided to remake the original. Oh, yeah, everything gets remade nowadays. You remember all that bitching about no fresh ideas while I was hacking up cheerleaders? Or what about part 4? Part 4 was very good and original. Easter Massacre 4, He Rises Again. Or what about when they're in the lockdown police station? Now that's a great movie. It's my favorite. But none of that matters now, because they're just going to remake it. How's that for fucking originality? Oh, you want to know the real kick to the balls? They haven't even called me. No, I know, it's a remake and they want a new actor, a younger actor to play the part. I get it. But I mean, not even a cameo? You know, a small part? Come on, for the fans, right? Sorry, I get a little lost in that sometimes. I hope that answered your question. Oh, now, do you spell that with a Y or an IE?